Alrighty. So welcome everybody. This is the Going for Gold and Beyond challenge call. If for some reason I hear from Erge and she does pop in, we will be incredibly grateful, but I'm going to assume that she's not going to be able to based on what's going on. So again, for those of you joining, Erge will most likely not be able to be on our call tonight due to her son being in the ER. So we're going to still move forward. We're going to talk a little bit about social media and goal setting. So for those of you who don't know me, because I know there's some people who maybe don't know me, I'm Trisha Howard. I'm newly promoted Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. Let me tell you, it was a fun weekend. Boy, let me tell you. Whew. And then you know what happens? Sunday, you have a level 1 named Juliana who sits there and goes, okay, so when are you going Sapphire? So goal setting, right? So let's talk first on social media. I've been really good about posting a lot of different things for you guys so that you can learn a little bit more about what you should and shouldn't do. And I think the best way to kind of share with you guys what you shouldn't do is maybe tell you what it is that I did in the beginning that I wish I hadn't have done. And the beginning when I started, I was super excited. I mean, it's Plexus and everybody's posting and you're becoming friends with really like high level jewels. And so you're like, oh, they're posting this and they're posting that. And you end up spamming your friends and family with Plexus, right? So we're puking Plexus all over them. We need to make sure this company's not like that. We're not salesy. We're sharing stuff. So we want to make sure that when we do post something, it's personal, that it isn't just a bunch of graphics that are going on all over the place, that it actually is going to be meaningful to the people that are watching it and seeing it as it comes on our newsfeed. So you want to make sure that you're doing about 3 personal posts to every 1 Plexus post, and that's the big key thing. So if you aren't already using an app that will allow you to post onto your page, consider using Buffer. It's one of my favorites. And what I love about it is when I see a post that I really like from somebody, I go ahead and just add it to my Buffer app. And Buffer will go ahead and do an analyzation of your page to determine what the best posting times are and people are getting the most traction on and what times they should post. So you can choose to post 3 times a day, 5 times a day. I wouldn't recommend 5. 3 times a day on Plexus, and it'll pick certain times. Like for mine, I think I get like 6:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock is another one, and then I get another one at 7:30. And it seems to be the times that the most likes, comments, and shares happen on my posts. So that's when my Plexus posts go up. And then throughout the day, since I've already buffered my other posts, I just save them to that and it posts them for me. I just post throughout the day what's happening. So maybe it's something that I like that was really cool that my friend did, or I'm checking in at lunch with friends, that kind of thing. So that's what you want to kind of think about, is do 1 to 3. So 1 Plexus post for every 3 personal posts. And that'll keep it so that your friends don't think that you just eat, live, and breathe Plexus, even though we kind of do. But you want them to know that you still have a dog and you still have kids and you still have a life outside of Plexus that they can connect with. Because not everybody's going to jump on board right away, okay? And it's going to take them some time. But they're not going to be prone or privy to seeing those really great posts that you're going to bring up if they decide that they don't want to see any of your posts because all they see are 100 graphics all day long about Plexus Block and ProBio 5. I love to do posts where you see people where they're drinking their pink, right? Or they're showing the amazing lunch that they're going to do on their cheat meal and they've got a bottle of Block in front of it, because it's personal. It's not just a post about Block and what it does. I mean, those are great, and you can even add those to your comments in the section, but I think it's great if you do that and kind of keep that in perspective where you're thinking of it more of personal. Tamara Holloway does a really great 2-minute video that she did last year that she did while she was in Maui, and it was all about making it personal. And I noticed a huge change in my business. More people were commenting on my posts, more people were interacting, more people were all over my page as opposed to just Plexus people, because I think sometimes that can happen too. I'm just keeping track on in case she happens to pop on our call, but it doesn't look like she did. Okay. Oh, Erge says she's about to get on. Yay! This is awesome. I don't have to do it myself. There she is. Hi, Erge.
Ah, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sweetheart. How's
Oh,
everything going?
everything is okay. We're just, waiting on blood. They're gonna start a transfusion here shortly. So I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stay on, and I am so sorry for doing this to you guys, second week in a row. And I'm going to say, Trisha, you wanted me to talk about social media, right?
Right, right.
Okay, so I'm going to put this out there real quick. What I'm going to do, I don't know if I'll be able to do it tonight, but I might be able to as soon as we get into a room and situated and I get my computer out. But I am going to upload a file, you guys, on the page that you have for Going Gold and Beyond. And that file is going to be a PowerPoint. And those of you that were not at convention last year missed an amazing presentation by Jan Hawkins, the Diamond Sapphire. She gave an amazing presentation on social media, focusing on Facebook. I mean, we all really use Facebook a lot. I personally use almost only Facebook as far as social media goes. So everything I'm going to talk about and in that presentation, it's going to pertain to Facebook. However, all these things that we will talk about, you can use them on any type of social media, honestly. But anyway, the PowerPoint is the actual presentation that Jan Hawkins gave at convention on social media do's and don'ts and tips on social media. And there's an audio file that goes with it. It actually is her speaking at convention, and that audio file happens to be in your back office. It is under the communications tab. There is a tab called multimedia library, in case you haven't seen that. And multimedia library tab has all the audio files from all the different training sessions at convention last year. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the PowerPoint that went with the audio file with Jen's presentation. Great. So does that sound good? Do you already have that, Trisha, by any chance?
I do have it, but I haven't put it into the group.
Okay, I think we should, and that should actually be a daily task. That is something everybody should go over. There are certain things that those of us that have been doing it a little longer, we think it's second nature and it's just everybody should know about. But I encounter this daily, even with my gold ambassadors, guys. Some of my gold ambassadors, my senior gold ambassadors, are even not aware of when they do certain things and when they're losing people, when they're coming across salesy. So bottom line is really, you never want to come across as salesy. You want to be connecting with people. You want to share with people. Your passion needs to show through, but also your personality needs to show through, right? Whatever makes you special. Why did you have friends in the first place? Why were you friends with people in the first place? What were the things you had in common with them? You know, for me, it was, I have a sense of humor. So my Facebook was always funny. You know what I mean? Even before Plexus, I made jokes, and I got a kick out of that. Or posting pictures of my kids. That was something I always did. And I always, you know, when Emma was born, I wasn't doing Plexus at the time. And every day I would post pictures of Emma as a baby. And, you know, babies make these funny faces, and I would put quotes to it like as if Emma was saying it. And that was just engagement. I was looking for engagement, and even though I wasn't making money off of it, you know, I guess I wanted the attention. I don't know. Anyway, but I knew how Facebook worked. That and I did have a home business before, and I knew a little bit about that. That I needed that engagement for people to follow me and to see the things that I was posting. So don't come across salesy. You don't want your Facebook to be all Plexus, 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 and there's no you in there. You want to have you in there, okay? All right. And then what else? I'm on a phone. I wish I could see all your faces, and I can't.
Hang on. I'll put it to gallery view. There we go.
But I'm on a phone. I can't see.
Oh, it doesn't show it on the phone? Oh, bummer.
No, it doesn't show. Oh, wow. All right, so what was I saying? Let me see.
Being personal.
Yes, thank you. Being personal. And also, we always say this, and it sounds cliche now, but, You cannot do your business. You don't have to do it 24/7, right? You don't have to do it full time. You can definitely do it part time. You can't do it some at a time. So you can't post 10 posts one day and then disappear or fall off the face of the planet for 2 days. You just can't do that. You got to be consistent in how much you're posting on whatever social media that you're using. So you want your presence to be there every single day. I have been a Plexus ambassador for a little over 2 years, you guys. I have not taken vacation off of Facebook. I have taken vacation. I have taken vacation off of my work too, but I haven't taken vacation off of Facebook. I'm always there. My life is there. Not the nitty gritty, okay? I do post personal stuff. I do post vulnerable stuff, but I don't post when I'm having a fight with my husband. Does that mean that we never fight? Hello, this is real life. We do. It gets on my nerves, but I don't make that public. Or I don't talk about all the family details of how my in-laws are idiots. I just don't do that on Facebook. I am always positive, and I am positive anyway. I mean, I am a positive personality. I do have that, but that doesn't mean that there aren't times that, you know, I get ticked off too. But I don't make that publicly known. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I weave Plexus into my posts. I don't just post, okay, here's me, here's my kid, here's a Plexus post. That's really not what I do. I put Plexus kind of, I'll post about daily something, and then I might put a hashtag and say, it's going to be a 2 pink kind of day. You see what I mean? It's my real life. It's just Plexus is so much part of my life, so I just leave it in there.
Right.
And then you guys have questions for me? Wait, let's do that a little bit.
Anyone have
Like
questions
things you want to cover?
Feel free to unmute yourself if you have a question. I know there were tons of questions that were coming up. I mean, we talked a little bit, but nobody's put anything in chat. Everybody gets quiet when these calls happen. It's so funny.
I know how it is. I know.
Like everybody goes, no, I don't want to ask.
Yeah. And then, well, things that are, there's so much really, but at the same time, it's so little. It's kind of weird. There's so many things you can do with Facebook, and there's so much stuff I can focus on. Okay, so you have to increase your audience, right? You're not going to, you can do all the wonderful posts and everything, but if you have 200 Facebook friends, this isn't going to work. The more people you have that are available to you as an audience, the better chance you're going to have of 5 or 10 of them regularly seeing your posts. Okay. So even today, you guys, I send about 5 minimum friend requests a day. I don't accept all the friend requests. I do not accept Plexus people friend requests anymore because I have so many of those. But you do want to have Plexus friends because you do want to go comment on each other's posts, and you do want to bump each other's posts up on other people's news feeds, obviously. But I already have that. I post something, I get 20 comments off the bat. So I am not in need of getting so many Plexus people. But I do want to increase my non-Plexus audience. So I do send at a minimum 5 friend requests a day. And I try to instill that on my team. Make this a habit, like part of your daily IPA or DMO, whatever you call it. Send at a minimum 5 friend requests a day. Don't send 25 of them a day so that you don't end up in Facebook jail, but at least 5 friend requests a day. As your team grows, you become a silver ambassador, and you want to, of course, train your downline and everything. And then as you're starting to become gold and above, it is so easy to fall into that management mode. And you're like, okay, now I have to teach them what to do. And then I'm going to tell them, do this, do this, do this. And you become a manager. Don't be a manager. Your responsibility is, yes, of course you want to teach them the things you have learned, but then you have to continue to grow your personal business. What that means is you have to personally still sponsor minimum 3 to 5 people a month. So my personal goal, every single month I will reach at least 1,000 PV, and every single month I will personally sponsor at a minimum 3 people. And I do that, you guys. I do it. So to be able to sponsor 3 people a month, well, I have to increase my audience because my warm market is getting pretty low after 2 years. So I have to increase the number of people that I meet. And because of my family situation, I don't go out and about too much. So Facebook is really where I increase that. And I still do, when I'm going out and about, even if I run to Walgreens, I do talk to people about Plexus, and I do try to friend them then on Facebook. So you want to do that. That's important. Increase your audience. And also, as you friend people, you want to have a relationship with them. You want to start a friendship with them. So don't start throwing up Plexus on them immediately. Start to, go comment on their stuff and try and figure out what kind of people they are and what are their likes, etc. So you want to build friendships. Okay. What else?
I have a question for you.
Yes,
I hear different thought processes on joining different groups on Facebook. What is your thought on people joining different groups for, home-based businesses or, Orange County?
I don't do it. And I'm going to say I have tried it. I have tried it. I did join one of them that had a bunch of people in it, and everybody was home based. So essentially everybody's trying to recruit everybody else in those groups. So it's silly. So I don't do that myself, and I don't really promote my team doing it either. I'm not a big fan of garage sale sites either, and I'm just going to say it.
Well, that's why I was asking, because I see a lot of people. And
I will be lying if I said I didn't get anyone. One of my rock stars who just made Ruby is a garage sale find. And I have a couple other ones that were garage sale finds. It is, how do I say it? There's a team member that I have. And she always has the highest PV every single month. And she finds garage sale people. Here's what happens though. Her team's attrition rate is horrendous because the people you usually find on those sites, and I don't know how to say this without coming across this kind of prejudice. They usually can scrounge up a month's worth of money, and they fall off the next month.
Yeah.
And that is not good. That is not good. And they're not motivated or skilled or whatever to actually understand the business, that this can be a real business, that in 1 month you can actually make enough money to cover your next month's purchases. And so I'd say prospect up. Go for people that are above your own income level.
I like that.
Prospect up. Think about people. It's the chicken list usually. The chicken list is prospect up. The ones that are already connected, the ones that are already influential, etc. Those are the ones that I think people should be going for, because those are the ones that are not going to quit because of financial reasons. There are so many people that we find from garage sale sites, etc. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to offend anybody if you were a garage sale person. Like I said, I have, a couple of people in my team that were garage sale finds, and I'm glad they are. But when finances are not an issue, when people like the products, they're going to continue the products. So that's one part of it. When finances do become an issue, even if they were happy with the products, they're going to stop it because it ends up being a luxury. We do focus on the business aspect of what a blessing the business is, but we always think about the ones that need the money, right? We're always trying to go for the ones that need the money. How about the ones that already have money, that already know how to do a business, that already understand what it takes? How about them? How about the ones that like to party and that wouldn't mind a free Lexus or that wouldn't mind free jewelry being sent to them, you know?
Right.
So prospect that.
I like that. I mean, that's a great idea. I mean,
now another group I will talk about. So there's the network marketers groups that are, I think, just ridiculous and a waste of time, honestly. And then there's the garage sale finds, the garage sale groups. I'm not saying stop that, but be conscientious that the people you'll find from there, you're going to have to really, really work on, you know. The other part of group is specialized groups. For example, I'm a homeschooling mom now. I homeschool with one of my children. So I'm part of a homeschool moms group. Well, so I make friends. I make new friends. It's just like joining a new church or, you know, joining a new mom's day out group. You want to meet new people. So that is available online too. I'm part of an online, like I said, homeschooling moms group. So I don't talk about plexus in that group. I talk about homeschooling.
right.
But after a couple of conversations, I do send them friend requests, and I still don't send them a message and say, girl, you need plexus. They start seeing my plexus posts, or they start seeing me talk about plexus, and eventually they come to me and say, so what is this plexus?
Right.
The same thing is I have ulcerative colitis. So even though I have, you know, no issues with it right now, I am diagnosed ulcerative colitis. So I'm part of a group on Facebook that is for people that have that diagnosis. So I have made connections there. I have a child with cancer, so I'm a member of a group with moms with kids with cancer. So I have made friendships there. You see what I'm saying? These are all connections that I'm making, and I'm not going for, okay, I'm going to make this one a sale and I'm going to make that one a sale. No, I'm really going for the relationships. Right. But of course, those relationships, I'm hoping one day are going to realize what I'm doing.
Exactly.
As far as for a living. Things are beeping. I'm in the hospital. Son of a, hold on. Okay. All right. Any questions, you guys? Do you have anything else? I might have
Nobody's putting any questions. You guys are killing me.
Okay. All right. I am so sorry. I should have been, you know.
You know what, Erge, the fact that you even jumped on, I mean, that's what we're all about. It's life. You know, we do this along with everything else that goes on. So this
is true. This is true.
Come hell or high water. I told you. I said worst case scenario.
Hey, look, I'm in the hospital. I already gave 2 3-day trials to 2 of the nurses. I already friended one of them on Facebook.
There you go. Right? Silver lining.
Yeah, and then we're going to head to the 9th floor. That's where the oncology floor is in the hospital. I have half the nurses on the 9th floor on Plexus already, so I'm going to be following up in the next couple of days. I'm going to be like, girl, you didn't message me. What are you doing? You know.
What for you? That's so true. I mean, so like Sunday, my teammates decided to go with me and celebrate going Emerald, and we went to Disneyland. And we were sitting there and we were thinking, gosh, we need to get together more often, because just us chit-chatting, people around us were listening. And the thing is that, yeah, don't get me wrong, there are people that go to Disneyland that really can't afford it. But let me tell you, the annual pass holders, they're not cheap, those pass holders. Disneyland.
Right.
So we were connecting and they were like, oh, that's not that expensive at all. And we're like, those are the people we want.
That's right. You want the people that you don't have to pay the $34.95 back to. Okay.
Exactly.
Somebody asked, how do I talk to, like, on a cold call? Okay. So it's really, it depends on the situation, you guys. It really, really depends on the situation. Like today, what happened? Okay, I always carry 3 or 7 day trials with me. I always have them, like 2 or 3 of them on me. And I'm at a point right now where I don't even try to sell them. I do give away like 3 day trials. But I only do if I'm getting their contact information. I want that I mean, I'll take people's phones from them and find myself on Facebook and send me a friend request. So that is what I do. Like, at a restaurant with a waitress or something, you know, I say, take out your phone. And then I actually literally take their phone and they're looking at me like, what just happened? And I'm like, it's okay. I'm just going to send myself a friend request. And then, I mean, that's literally what I do. I send myself a friend request and then I'm holding my phone in my other hand and I accept a friend request. And I'm like, look, this is me. I just accepted your friend request. And then I say, I have a testimony page from my team and you guys have it too, something like that. So I say, hey, I'm going to add you to my testimony page, and then I'm going to send you a message, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to take these products. And it's just a slim. It's like mix it in water and drink. That's the directions. And anyway, so that's what I do. But today what happened with the nurses is I don't like about weaving it in your daily life. I didn't bring up plexus at all. What happened is Arda was joking with me how much I'm on my phone and I'm on my Facebook. And then I took a picture with him and I posted it. And he's like, oh my gosh, that went on Facebook too. And I'm like, babe, you know it. It's going on Facebook. This is how mama works. And so I say that. That's what I said. I said, mama works on Facebook. You know that. Well, eventually one of the nurses asked, so what do you do that you work on Facebook? I said, oh, I'm a network marketer. I do network marketing. Plexus, have you heard of Plexus? And they had both heard of Plexus. And one of them actually had a close friend that's an ambassador, that's a newly ambassador. And the other one had heard of Plexus but didn't know anyone that sold it. So I gave them both 3 day trials. The one that didn't have a friend, I gave her my card and I friended her. The other one, I said, I'm not giving you my card. I said, I want you to contact your friend and tell your friend you just got a 3 day trial from somebody. How are you going to take it? Because if you like it, you're going to buy it from her. And, you know, that's what I do. And I've already friended the other nurse on Facebook. And then I mixed the slim that I had, and I said, you know what? It's a too slim kind of day for me. I know I'm going to be up, but oh, by the way, this is exactly how you mix it. And see, this is what I mean. It's second nature now. Second nature. It's just in the conversation.
Well, and I think that's the key. I think most everybody, like, we're talking like cold call, but
that's
really
what I do. Weave it in your day. Weave it.
Yeah.
I'm not. Nothing is scripted. It's just naturally. Nothing is, I don't practice anything. I never have. And I have goofed a lot. I mean, I have thrown up plexus on people at the beginning.
We all have.
Like, there's blood sugar, chromium, all of that. And, you know, I was getting wings at Wingstop one day.
I love Wingstop. I was there yesterday.
And, oh my gosh, we always like order online and they're always late. We order online to go pick up, and they give you a time, like to the minute. It'll be ready at 7:37, you know, and you go at that time, and it's not ready, and it's always like that, and you have to wait another 15 minutes. Why do we still go? We like the website, I guess. Anyway, and so I'm sitting there waiting, and then the guy says, you know, it's not ready, and I saw another guy there that was sitting and waiting, and he's looking at his clock, clearly waiting on his order. And so the old me would have had a complete attitude. Like, I would have given an attitude like, oh my gosh, why are you taking my order online and it's not ready the time you're saying, right? So when they said it's not ready, I just laughed. I said, of course it's not. When is it ever ready? You know, with smiling, you know, with a smile. So I turned around and started talking out of the blue to the guy that's sitting there waiting on his order. And I just said, so how long you been waiting for your order? Mine is now 16 minutes late, and when you start with a smile and you're connected with someone, I mean, I'm cognizant to people around me. That guy is clearly irritated waiting on his order. So, but when I approach him with a smile, but I am acknowledging his frustration, and so he started talking to me. Where's our freaking nurse? So anyway, we start talking, and just about the wings, and Wingstop's poor service. And he was wearing a uniform. I'm really trying to silence this, y'all. Is your blood pressure really 40? It isn't. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a nurse. Hold on.
Pause for station identification.
No nurses. What kind of ER is this? Okay. Hold on. How do I turn the volume down? I don't want to start messing with this.
I know. Next thing you know, you've like.
Okay, you know what? You guys talk for a minute. I'm going to mute myself so I don't give you a headache while I figure this out, and I'll come back.
Alrighty. So while Erge is muted, does anyone have any other questions? Because I know that certain things come up, even if it's a situation that's happened. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit. Feel free to jump into the chat. Come on, don't be shy. Brittany, don't you have something? You gotta have a question. See, I'm calling people out now. Kimmy? I'm all pointing at people. Juliana? I know Mary's on the phone. Come on. Ooh, I like that one. That's a good one, Carmen. That's a good one.
Okay, I have a question.
All right, go for it.
Let me think of one. Hold on. So I know we have a lot of new people here on the line that I see. So what's your best advice for any new people who are just starting out? And I know you're Emerald now, and any advice for them?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get a no. I think the best advice, I said it on the call that I did last night too, is that at Super Saturday, Sheila Medina said it perfect. She said the only difference between me being a diamond and those of you out in the audience is that I've had more no's than everybody else. And I think sometimes we're scared to get no's. I am, and I'm in sales, guys. I mean, I'm in sales and I'm afraid to get no's. I mean, it happens. But when you're truly passionate about these products and this business, you just keep going. And don't be afraid if friends unfriend you, because they might. You probably weren't that close of friends to begin with. They'll block you. They'll stop looking at your stuff, but just keep going. And don't be afraid of a bad day, because I think we've all been there. I'm sure Erge's had them too. I know I have. There's been days when everything goes wrong, right? But the only
my gosh, my best friend unfriended me. My best friend.
Geez.
My best friend. Apparently she was no best friend.
No.
Bye.
I mean, there's a ton of us from my high school that were actually ridiculing us at one point in time. Were you, Juliana, were you an ambassador at the time when it was happening? And, I went to a small all-girl Catholic school, and we had like two of them that were like mean girls, like saying, like calling out.
Yes, I remember that. She made this post about, I wish something about blank something ambassador,
Yeah.
I had that happen too.
Yeah.
One of my my best friend, she was selling Advocare, y'all, and not successfully. And she didn't. She came out and she outed Advocare, and she said, "Well, we all know supplements don't work. So now the new ones that you hear out there, they don't work either." Is that what she did?
Wow. Well, hey. Well, we did get some questions while you were on. So let's see.
Okay.
We have one.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Go for it.
Hold on. Call Daddy. FaceTime Daddy, because he's trying to call me. All right. Got that taken care of.
Hey, we're still people, right? Moms, dads.
Okay. Question. Is
So
it?
we have, how do you find new people on Facebook a day? Do you look for people with a lot of mutual friends?
I look for people with no mutual friends.
Because then they haven't already talked to someone else about Plexus?
Yeah, of course. I don't want to talk. I don't want to steal y'all's people.
Right.
You know, I don't want to steal other people's friends. So I look for people that I have no mutual friends with. And I do, sometimes I go into the friends list of like one friend that is not Plexus. I know they're not doing Plexus. Then I will go into their friends list and send, like, get gutsy and send friend requests. And but again, I'll go look first, do I have any other mutual friends with that person? If I do, and there's a Plexus person in there, I'm like, bye-bye, not me.
Never mind. Right.
And okay, I'll do something crazy. Like, I'll just go into the search field and I'll type in Elizabeth and see what comes up. And then, like, send friend requests to 5 Elizabeths. I mean, you get creative. The other thing I do is I actually make use of the list feature in Facebook. That is very important. If you're not using the list feature, I highly recommend you do that. I have created a list on Facebook that is called prospects. I named it prospects. So when I friend somebody, when I send a friend request to somebody and they accept my friend request, I immediately go and edit it. Under that friend tab, I edit it and I move them to my prospects list. So when you're having an online event, you can just go in and that specific group, my prospects list, gets invited to the event with one click.
That is awesome.
Because you can totally keep, okay, I have a video on that too. I should put that on I have like a little secret video I have on that, and I'll remind me of that, Tricia.
I will.
I'll put it on the page. So I do send, you know, you make all these friends, but you don't remember who you friended unless you're really putting it down somewhere, right? So I have that prospects list, and my prospects list, y'all, has 200-300 people in it at any given time.
That's great.
Oh, I made, you know, when we had that 8/8 November to remember?
Yeah.
Y'all, I don't even work this business. In November, I said, okay, I'm going to work it. And then, of course, I got the 8 and 8. No excuses. If I really push it, I push it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right now, it's on autopilot, and I do it because I like it. It's fun, and I like training, and I like motivating people. That's what I like to do. I don't need money anymore. I mean, I'm not rich, but I've already reached. All I ever wanted was to be emerald. That's all I wanted, and I made it sapphire now. And I didn't really push to be sapphire. It just happened because I was helping my team.
Right.
And I was still continuing to work myself, personally sponsoring. I'm leading by example. So that's it. I never had ambitions like I'm going to be making emerald in this many months and sapphire in this many months and diamonds. And I didn't have those ambitions. That's not me. You see what I'm saying? It's just, but when I do make a point, like I said in November, I was like, I got this, 8 and 8.
Right.
And of course it did, you know? And I'm not saying that out of arrogance. It's because I pay attention to the things that need to be done. I know what needs to be done, and I'm telling you, all of them. You got to do it every day. You have to be consistent. You have to have a system in place. You got to increase your audience. You don't want to ever come across as salesy. You're sharing. Oh, that's all you're doing. You're sharing. Yeah, those are my tips. And I really got to go, you guys, now.
That's okay. Go, sweetheart. We appreciate you, and we're grateful you were with us at all today. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Love you guys. And I'll post those files I was talking about. Okay?
Perfect. Thanks, hon. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Alrighty, folks. So what we'll do is, I know there was a question on there about her biggest tip for going gold. I'll shoot her a quick message afterwards, and I'm sure she'll post it for us later. So let's all just keep her in our prayers, obviously, because in our thoughts, just because, whenever you're there, it's a little scary of a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and end this call for now. Thank you guys so very much for being a part tonight. I'm so glad she was able to make it because I absolutely adore that lady. Have a wonderful evening, guys. And next week is Nicole Kinsler, Diamond Ambassador, that'll be our guest for our call, okay? So everyone have a great night. I'll have the recording up soon. Take care.